surrounding former President Trump. So we're going to take you through every case and the latest developments. And here to break things down is former federal prosecutor and president of West Coast Trial Lawyers, Neama Rahmani. Neama, great to see you. We're not going to have time to talk about the details and the merits of every single case, but as we move forward throughout the year, what becomes of paramount importance, at least practically, is the timeline of all of these cases, the calendar, and how it's coming together to affect the presidential election in 2024, which is, quite honestly, if we get down to it, the merits behind most of these cases, or at least the motivation behind these cases. Georgia looks like, we got 2 weeks, and then the prosecutor could be thrown off, which delays the case. The Supreme Court has taken up the January 6th case, so that's going to delay its trial calendar. So as you look at it right now, you got the cases in New York, Georgia. Soon we're going to learn about the declassified document case in Florida. What's going to happen before the election?
Will, you're absolutely right. The timing is critical because, of course, if former President Trump wins, a sitting president can't be prosecuted and all his criminal problems go away. So even though it's the least serious case, it's the New York case, the hush money case, that's most likely to go to trial because, of course, we have a trial date of March 25th, and the Supreme Court's ruling on presidential immunity won't affect that case like it will the three others.
So do you feel, Neama, that any of the other cases are likely to see the courtroom for a trial, not just a hearing, before November?
Well, I don't think so. The D.C. case, it stayed or put on hold while that Supreme Court appeal is pending. So even if the justices rule at the end of the term in June or July, by the time that case makes it back and that stay is lifted, again, assuming Trump loses on presidential immunity, it's going to be tough to get a trial started, much less done before November. And there in South Florida, Judge Cannon still hasn't set a trial date, and the parties are still engaged in disputes over discovery and the names of witnesses. And like you said, Atlanta, Fulton County, we're nowhere near a trial. We're still dealing with the disqualification issue. There's 15 defendants in that case. The case is moving very, very slowly because it was the last case to be filed by Willis. And of course, the sheer number of defendants and defense lawyers has really ground that process to a halt.
Let's move really quickly to the depositions this week, the testimony this week of James Biden. We also had Hunter Biden for the House Oversight Committee. Jonathan Turley points out, once you cut through and you get down to the facts, the facts that were admitted to this week was that Hunter and James Biden did business with companies in China. Those companies were connected to the Chinese Communist Party, and Joe Biden did receive at least $40,000 from Hunter and Jim Biden. In the end, that proves up some element of influence peddling and corruption.
Well, the issue is here, James and Hunter are trying to insulate Joe from any of the business dealings. They're saying that the president and the vice president at the time had nothing to do with any of this. Of course, though, those messages, those emails, they tell a different story. And it's really that financial paper trail from these companies to James and Hunter and then to Joe. I think that may tell a different story. And I think all that evidence is going to come out during the public hearings in the House.
All right. Neama Rahmani, thank you so much for being with us here this morning.
Thanks for having me, Will.
All right.